Hello, hello. It is day 13, and I look the same in every single video because it's cold and I have a hat on. So someday when it's warmer, y'all will see me without a hat and you'll be shocked. I do have hair under here somewhere. I was just walking this morning and I started thinking about anxiety. So interesting. I was reading something the other day that said that anxiety is hereditary, and that's a totally brand new thought to me. I guess I hadn't really thought about it enough to think about it. I started counseling a couple years ago, and I really had no idea that I struggled with anxiety. I knew I struggled with depression, and I knew that I felt anxious sometimes, but it was super funny. One day, I was talking to my counselor, and she asked me, she's like, "So where do you feel that in your body?" And so I was telling her, I'm like, it's in my shoulders. They're always tense, and in my back, and she said, "Oh, well, I'd like you to pay attention to how often you feel that way." So I started paying attention, and I started noticing just how often I would, clench my fists and flex my hands, how often I would bounce my leg, how often I would be just sitting thinking and my shoulders would get super tight. And I realized, wow, I kind of have an anxiety problem. What the heck? Where did this come from? And so since then, for the last few years, I've really been working on it. And anxiety is tied to fear. And I definitely am a performance-driven, more perfectionist kind of a person. And fear of failure is hard for me. I talked about that, I think, in my first video for 75 Hard. The fear of failure is really something that I struggle with a lot. And so I started learning more about it, learning more about myself and what was kind of under that underlying anxiety, and just all of the things in my life that I was afraid of. And there's so many, and they pop up all the time. I don't like crowds of people. I don't like, can't say I don't like speaking to people, because I do, but I get anxious. I'm afraid they'll say something stupid or, whatever. Yes, this is me, flawed for sure. But the more I'm digging into those things, the more I'm digging into the root cause behind the anxiety, the better it seems to be getting, along with my depression. So super interesting. Made me kind of wonder if anxiety is hereditary. Where did I get that from? I know my mom's side, the history and all of that. I don't know my biological father's side. So I don't know, it's just kind of an interesting thing. And then looking at my kids, I just kind of wonder, how much of that I have passed on to them unwittingly. I don't know, it's sad, I suppose, but I'm happy that there is definitely a way out. It's not something that has to be debilitating and forever. So anyway, I guess that's kind of what's on my mind here on day 13. I'm almost 2 weeks in, almost to my second small goal. So I am super excited. Yeah, I'm still feeling pretty good. So this is good. It's a lot of there's space for me to think and process and just be, which is proving to be really good. So anyway, I guess if you are struggling with anxiety and want to talk about some steps to help you work through that, I'm your girl. You can check out my website, pathwaycoaching.net, and schedule a complimentary discovery session. I'd love to talk with you. Nobody should have to journey alone. We were made as social beings, and we should absolutely travel together because there's strength in numbers. So, have a great Saturday, you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.